Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Tony, it is me, it is I, and for today's video we are going to be talking about being a makeup artist. I really had to sit down and think to myself, like, what do I want to share with all of you and what do I want to do right now, especially right now with the beauty community, the way that it's going. I sat down and I've written down a couple ideas of stuff that I want to do and talk to you all about, and today's video is going to be all about being a makeup artist. A working makeup artist, not a YouTuber, working as a true makeup artist out in the field. Not that, you know, obviously being on YouTube isn't a makeup artist, it's just a completely different type of makeup artist. So before we get started into the video, make sure you guys subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Also make sure you click the notification bell so that way you guys will know when I upload a video. And if you don't want to do that, follow me on Instagram. Instagram is my jam right now. Like I've said in the previous videos, I have been living for Instagram. We're gonna get started with the video. I did take some notes down, which let me get to that page. So I wrote down a couple of key points just so that I would stay on track, so that way this video just wasn't a waste and I tell you what I feel, what I think, and what not. So the first thing that I wanted to start to tell you guys is that, you know, when you are a makeup artist, when you are doing this for a living, it's more than just making you know, throwing glitter and lashes on somebody. That's not what a makeup artist is. To me, a makeup artist is somebody who can make someone else feel beautiful, feel amazing in their skin, and just bring life back to who they are, you know? Especially with, like, you know, as a makeup artist, I've worked on so many different people, so many walks of life, and you are touching them in a different way that other people are. Like, you're making them feel beautiful, and I think that's one of the strongest things about being a makeup artist, is that you can make someone feel incredible about who they are, what they look like, and how they feel, because we all want to feel beautiful, we all want to feel good about ourselves. So just remember that as a makeup artist, that is a key point, just to always have that love, that passion, that drive to want to make people feel beautiful, because the moment that you just start to do it for the money is the moment that you're going to start losing that love and that passion. Or, you know, when you're being forced to do something, you're gonna lose that love of it. The kit aspect of it. Now, kits are very expensive. Being a makeup artist is not a cheap thing. It does take time to get there. Like, I can tell you all, going back years and years and years of me doing makeup, I've been doing makeup since I was 17, mainly 18 when I was in beauty school. I was given a kit. The kit was garbage. Like, I swear to God, if I could find this kit, I will show it to you guys. It was garbage, but I took it and ran with it. You know, just, it's about learning and building that kit for yourself. And my biggest advice would be, start with key products. So for example, foundations is a really big thing that a lot of people are scared of. That used to scare the crap out of me. I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna have enough foundations to match like the whole world? You know what I mean? So my biggest advice is, start out slow. Whether you have a budget of a certain amount of money, either go to like Namies or Nigel's and buy like a foundation kit thingy, or maybe buy, you know, a drugstore foundation that is amazing, that really works beautifully. If you guys have any drugstore foundations that you as a makeup artist or someone out there love to share with somebody, leave it down below, let them know, so that way we can help each other out and grow as makeup artists. One of my personal favorites would have Pro Glow and the Pro Matte foundations. I truly enjoy those. I think they're so beautiful on the skin. So those are always great to start out with. You can maybe grab one shade, one every other shade, if that makes sense, so that way you can build up your kit with time. Learn to mix and match, so that way you can create custom shades for all your clients. Also, if you can't afford that, then go to a makeup counter and ask them for a sample, but don't waste their time. Just be like, hey, is it cool if I get a sample of this? Don't sit there and waste their time, because they're trying to do their job and sell product. So if you're wasting their time and you ask them for a sample, they're gonna be a little annoyed. So make sure you guys do not waste your time. Be upfront with them. Be like, hey, I just need 3 samples of this. Like, is that cool? I know for me, when I worked at Mac, that was one thing that I would always tell people, like, dude, I do not care if you want samples, that's fine with me, as long as you don't waste my time and pretend like you're gonna buy something and then you're just like, can I get a sample of it? Not cool. Moving on to makeup palettes is another big important one. Eyeshadows are important. Like, obviously that's a thing that, you know, you're gonna need. So one thing that I love to use with eyeshadows for me is, I started out with the Coastal Scents 88 Shimmer palette, which I don't know, I have no idea what I was thinking back then, but those were the palettes to go to. Like, I remember that they were the Morphe before Morphe was what Morphe is now. Coastal Scents just kind of had a large range of stuff, so I would always go to them. But eventually with time, I started getting and building my eyeshadow collection slowly but surely. I mean, I used to buy my MAC shadows when they were $11. Like, I remember, like, going and buying all these shadows from MAC. Like Electric Eel was my first one, just because when I got to MAC I saw that blue eyeshadow and it just stood out to me. It was like the most beautiful blue shade I think I'd ever seen, so I went and bought that one. But little things like that, guys, just build up slowly. And my best advice, especially now that we live in such a beauty community type of world, is start out with maybe like one Jaclyn Hill palette, or go to MAC and pick up their neutral warm palette. You know, pick up palettes that are going to be more on the neutral side. For the most part, beauty makeup is a little bit more asked for, at least in my opinion. But then again, that's just my style. I do a lot more beauty, natural, glamorous makeup. In no sense, I rarely get somebody asking me to do blue shadow on them, which I'm sure there is, but that's when like that Jaclyn Hill palette will come in to help you. The next tool that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is brushes. Now, brushes are obviously one of the more expensive items that a makeup artist is going to need, and it's a key tool that you will need, because without brushes you cannot do makeup. Now for me, I did start my collection with a lot of different types of brushes. I used to go buy the Eco Tool brushes that they had at like CVS. With time I started buying more and more and more. This was you know, years ago, before Morphe. Like I said before, Morphe is what it is now. Morphe does help an upcoming makeup artist a lot more, have a little bit more accessible things. However, not every makeup artist wants to use Morphe, so that's okay. I started out with those brushes. As I started to build my kit, I went on to MAC brushes, and for me, I used to go buy one MAC brush a week. Like every time I'd get a check, I'd go buy one brush, because MAC brushes are a little more expensive, but the quality is there. I've had MAC brushes for many years, and then luckily when I left MAC, I was able to have all my brushes as well. But you know, you will find what you like. There's also Sigma, which has been around for such a long time. There is BH Cosmetics. There's Real Techniques. Real Technique brushes honestly have become literally like some of my favorite brushes, because they're just so soft and amazing. So you guys, there's so much out there, and my best advice would be start out with a brush set, so that way it's basically ready for you. For the most part, all of these brush sets already have everything that you need, so you don't need to be running around buying 3 of this, 3 of that. Just start out slowly, guys. One other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is powders. This is another key point that I really wanted to give a lot of you guys this advice, just because powders are expensive. One piece of advice that I learned from another makeup artist was buying the Ben Nye luxury powders. Those are amazing. They're very affordable. They used to be more affordable. Now they're a little more expensive, but those are amazing if you're looking for powders to set the skin. They have a large range of shades, and you can mix and match. You guys, honestly, mix and match them. As a makeup artist, another key point that I wanted to share with you guys is finding your travel case, finding your chair, things like that. My best advice is get yourself a chair, get yourself a traveling case. A rolling one works great, though I have 2 right now, and one of them I haven't, like I bought a Zuka. Zukas are really expensive, you guys. But my best advice to find stuff like that would be try checking out OfferUp. I'm gonna link OfferUp down below so you guys can check it out. OfferUp has so much stuff. I was able to find my Zuka for $100. The Zuka that I wanted normally is about $300. The chair that I bought was also $50. I've talked about this before on my Snapchat. You guys, there's so much you can find on OfferUp. There's so many. Alright, so now that we've kind of covered the whole aspect of kits and stuff, we are going to move on to clients and finding clients. And these are just tips that I have learned with time, and I'm going to share what I have here for you. Now, there may be more out there, and if you have any tips for any other makeup artists out there, leave them down below, guys. I want to help us all grow. There's more than enough for all of us to eat out here, so why not share a little bit of a tip of advice with your fellow makeup artists? Alright, so one thing that I like to do is I love to post on Facebook, I love to post on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat. I post my makeovers all the time, so I'll do like a before and after. That's one thing that's newer to me. I used to never take photos, but people like to ask, especially we live in such a digital world right now, in such an Instagram world, that everybody wants to see your before and after, so I constantly post them everywhere. And this is gonna sound really bad, but I do like to post my more dramatic ones more, and I will repost them. Like, why not? It's your work. Why are you not gonna post that? I post them all the time because I want people to see the transformations. A lot of people screenshot them, send them to friends, and that's how I get a lot of work, literally through the gram, through friends, through people. And every time you do makeup, you guys, have your business cards. Business cards is a huge key. I always try to carry business cards with me, because you literally never know when you're gonna meet somebody and they may like your makeup. Or always look the part when you're gonna go somewhere, because people will notice your makeup and they will comment on it, and you can be like, hey, I'm a makeup artist, here's my business cards. Because people are gonna notice your makeup, they're gonna wanna hire you just based off of that, because you know, if you look nice, they're gonna want to work with you. So that's one thing that I always say. Also, whenever you do weddings, if there's photographer there, hand the photographer your business card. That's one thing that sometimes I forget to do, but I've learned handing it to the photographer. The photographers like your work. They're gonna tell their clients. It's kind of like a small community and you all have to like befriend each other. Also, if you don't have any clients, you guys, always call your friends. Be like, hey, I'll do your makeup for you for free. Trying out that, you know, new look or something that maybe you're scared of trying. Try those looks out. Call your friends. Your friends are love getting their makeup done. And if your friends do not want their makeup done, do the makeup on yourself. Sit there and play with the makeup and understand it. Understand lashes. Understand what fits better. Literally never stop learning. That's my biggest thing. And it's something that I've started to learn as well, is you never know enough. You can always learn more. There's so many makeup artists out there. I love to learn from other makeup artists that are out there who still see makeup as fun, not as their career. Because sometimes when you see makeup as your career, you can lose that little bit of shine or that dullness from something. So always just keep on learning. Now that we're getting to our last couple of points, I wanted to talk about pricing. Now, pricing is going to be completely different for everyone, for everywhere you live, for, you know, whatever it is, like what you feel comfortable with. My best advice with pricing is you price yourself to what you feel you are worth. Obviously, if you are a newer beginner person and you really don't know what you're doing, don't go charge somebody $300. But, you know, be reasonable, be understanding of what you are, and learn to build yourself up as with your kit and everything. Like, take everything into consideration. Take your kit into consideration. Take the products that you're using, how far you're driving, how many people you're doing, where is it at, what time is it at. I like to think of all of that all the time. One thing that I've also recently learned, guys, is ask if they're staying at a hotel, and if they are staying at a hotel, you let them know that the parking needs to be covered on their end, because you don't want to do $120 makeup look and then it's $40 parking, because I've had that happen to me and then it's coming out of your pocket. So always remember to tell them that. Another thing that I would say is have a contract. But my best advice is write out a contract. Ask them how many people they want, you know, write down that this is how many people they're having, write down time slots, how much time you're giving, if they're all having different looks, if the bride wants them to all have the same look, because it will make things go by smoother, especially when people tell you, we all have to be ready at 11 a.m. and it's like 8 girls. If all the girls are constantly changing their makeup and they don't know what they want, it's gonna be really annoying. Alright guys, so those are all of my tips. I know it's a lot to take on, but if you are serious as a makeup artist and you want to build yourself up and get to where you want to get, these are some just tips that I have learned that have helped me out along the way, and I hope that they help you out. And if you guys want to see any other type of video, leave it down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button once again, and I will talk to you guys later.